Hi everybody, this is Toffee bringing you Chapter 3 of my 4 games 100% Growth LTC. This is a kill boss map and the boss moves to attack any units in range. I achieved the same turn count as my old run, but I do change up the EXP allocation a little bit. With all of his level ups last map, Sean's luck stat has been fixed to the point that he doesn't need a Harpin card anymore, so he turns it in for some other units to make use of it. We get a whole lot of new units, all of whom are important to the run for various reasons. Walter recruits the Traveling Mage Quartet by talking to their leader Chase, the Anima Mage. Chase is one of the most important units in the whole run despite his mediocre basis because he promotes to Mage Knight, a class with good 1-2 range, 8 move, and access to staves. His personal weapon Spark is basically a Thunder Tome with 30 crit and is heavily used both for the power and to grind up his Anima rank. He ends up hitting S Anima during Chapter 10. We want him to promote during Chapter 5, so the next couple of maps are completely distorted by the need to train him. Next up is Lydia, the Cleric, who is our first staffer. Her personal sleep staff helps secure some side objectives, but is mostly used to train her. None of the staves we have on hand are useful for power staffing, so she just tries to maximize her EXP on this map. But she will be the first of our staff spammers who work on preparing one-use staves for the back half of the game. She needs to promote for Chapter 14 to help with some side objectives. On turn 1, we rescue drop her forward so that she can bait the mage to stay in the north, where Chase can pick him off next turn. Shelby, the shaman, is the face tank of this game with his Munio tome that grants plus 10 to luck, defense, and resistance, though it weighs him down a lot. We don't need too much of that in an LTC, but he does promote to summoner, which lets him join the staff grinding squad and summon phantoms that basically act as budget flyers. We want him to promote by Chapter 10. Last of the quartet is Euphin, the monk with his personal Darklight tome. This is basically an aura tome which gives 10 recoil damage after player face usage or enemy face chip. It's implemented through his skill, so it will be used for some low HP strats on other units. Euphin is a bit more niche in his utility. We want him to promote during Chapter 14 to help with some side objectives and help kill a few bosses later on. Sadly, he's the only mage in the game who has E staves after promotion, which is too low to help with staff grinding. Chase and Shelby have D staves after promotion, and Chase's staff rank in particular is very important for some strategies. Grinding up their staff rank is a natural side effect of having them work on preparing one-use staves. On turn 2, we get another new unit, Ava the Outlaw. She's an archer thief with a personal mystic bow that does magical damage. She usually plays the part of a thief and filler 6-move combat unit, but she does kill the boss at Chapter 26. Ava is gonna get us the red gem by stealing it from the archer in the north, who we baited over on turn 1 with Shelby with a rigged Munio miss, and will bait on turn 2 with Euphin. Sean carries Chase forward, and Zack drops him in the forest so he can farm some more EXP. Chase needs to get hit by the Shaman on turn 2 enemy phase to get to low HP and crit both the Shaman and the Brigand to maximize his EXP. The reason we have two thieves in Zack and Ava is that during the mid-game, Zack joins Lionel's army and Ava joins Walter's. Starting Chapter 10, they will both be force deployed until the end of the game. The other side objectives on this map are the Nosferatu and Longbow villages, and thankfully we can get both of them in this clear. Sean, Bradley, and the entire Mage Quartet all joined Walter's army during the mid-game. So Walter has a whole bunch of growth units get trained up, and that means that his route is pretty good on combat, generally. On turn 3, we clean up everywhere, pick up the longbow, seal the red gem, and put Chase in position to kill the boss on enemy face with a spark crit. Lydia heals him up, which is purely a reliability thing. The boss drops a men staff, and this will be the first staff we want to actually start grinding down, because men has 20 uses to heals 30. And that will be Chapter 3 in 3 turns. See you next time.